David is a state representative for House District 7 in Providence and a champion for legislation promoting peace. He is leading on a bill to promote transparency within our state's pension funds and their contributions to military contractors. David, thank you.
Brothers, sisters, and non-binary family, thank you all again for mobilizing on such short notice and being able to gather here today in front of our state government's building to essentially be able to reflect and call on our country for de-escalation as it relates to everything that is happening in Ukraine. Because what is happening is morally wrong and the result of a brute tyrant spreading misinformation that fits his narrative as it relates to wrongfully invading another country. So as it stands, thousands of innocent Ukrainians have been displaced and are fearing for their lives. Families have been separated and people are desperately seeking stability. As a result, we are being fed the idea, the profit-driven idea within the media and within government that war is the only solution to confront this crisis. However, we know that is not true. We have seen the track records. We have seen the mass deaths that have occurred. Because if we are to pursue further actions of aggression, this is only going to lead to further casualties and mass violence. Therefore, we must pursue de-escalation and diplomacy. And that involves our role in recognizing our role within NATO. So with that said, I am here today to stand in solidarity with the people of Ukraine who are seeking peace. And I will say, as a state, Rhode Island is here to welcome Ukrainian refugees and offer our support. But on a similar note, I ask that our allies, advocates for peace, and the mainstream media also show solidarity and compassion for the innocent people of Yemen. The people of Yemen who have been suffering from a Saudi-led invasion for the last 7 years. In between that time, over 300,000 people have died as a result of this invasion, 70% of which have been children. At the same time, over 4 million people have been displaced, but yet and still, the United States government continues to sell arms to Saudi Arabia, further contributing to this violence for the purpose of being able to further instill the military-industrial complex and our footprint across the globe. So it is necessary that we invoke the War Powers Act within Congress and ensure that Yemen can no longer wait, because for nearly a decade they have been forced to suffer. So I'm also calling on our federal delegation to enact the War Powers Act, because this humanitarian crisis cannot continue. The same way we are showing love and solidarity to Ukraine is the same that we must be doing for Yemen. So thank you.